Hi, it's Caitlin and I'm here with my February 2024 HHC swatch video. I don't really know how many polishes I've got, maybe 6 or 7 this month. And I've got a lot of different interesting polishes to show off, which is always fun. And if you are new to the concept of HHC, you can check out their website. They've got a great FAQ. I will link it down in the description. And as always, the polishes in the video will be available exclusively from February 14th through the 21st on the HHC website, of course. And I think we should just get into the swatches. I'm starting with the sponsored portion of my video, and first up we have Phoenix Indie Polish 2 Hearts. So they have 2 polishes this month, and you can purchase them as a duo or as a single polish. And this one is a new series inspired by the music from Imagine Dragons. So this polish is described as a clear base with golden aurora shimmer and holographic micro flakes. This is a polish that you can wear on its own or as a topper, and I will show this topped over the counterpart from the duo. Looks beautiful, but it also looks fantastic on its own. My nails are super short, so I only needed 2 coats, but it probably won't end up being opaque for anyone. It's definitely going to have a sheer effect if you decide to wear it on its own. And this has beautiful rainbowy holographic flakes. They're not overly silvery, they're truly holographic, which is something I really appreciate in nail polish. And here you can see it. It has the beautiful golden shift that you can see, and of course the hollow really does sparkle beautifully on the nail with this one. It has super even coverage, so it will work perfectly as a topper, as you will see very shortly. Their other polish is called Bird's Fly, and Bird's Fly is described as a green crelly base with purple aurora shimmer. This is such an interesting polish. I love the way that the shimmer is really finely milled in this one. It gives a pearlescent finish. But the really crazy, I don't like using the word crazy, the really wild part about this polish is that the base is green, but it overall looks like a gray, but you can still see the hint of that green in the base. So it's just a really, really interesting and entertaining polish to wear. It has a gorgeous formula, super smooth. I was happy with the coverage in 2 coats. So here it is in 2 coats, and you can see it here. That green is really interesting. It's kind of murky, but it's also not super visible. So overall, to me, this appeared as a gray polish with a purple shimmer. Absolutely love this one. The shimmer is very shifty. It shifts to red, and I couldn't get enough of it. And now I'm going to show it with the topper put over it, which just works really, really beautifully. It almost looks like it's a single polish when you layer them together. And you can just really see how holographic and rainbowy the flakes are in the polish, which is something I've noticed a lot of makers skimping on, but Phoenix always has extremely holographic and rainbowy components in their polishes, which means they're using really high quality and more expensive ingredients, and I appreciate that. I am going to show this with top coat, which I think enhances the holographic effect. It just makes everything so smooth and just delicious. Next up we have Sassy Sauce Polish Off the Hook, and Off the Hook is a mossy green jelly with a glowy gold to red to green shimmer and scattered hollow. This one is a part of their shoe series, and I've just really been liking all of the polishes in that series. This one is definitely for green lovers. It's a really bright shade of green, and the shimmer in it is really, really intense. So you definitely see that contrast on the nail at pretty much all angles, and the hollow in there is a nice sparkly complement to everything that's going on. This polish is going to look best in 3 coats, so I will show it that way. I could probably leave it in 2 because my nails are short, but I think generally speaking people like it when I put on a 3rd coat because most people have longer nails than I do. And of course, the added benefit of a 3rd coat is an increased depth of color. You really get an even more intense green, and it just has a beautiful formula, which is really easy to work with. It dries quickly in between coats, and it's just really, really smooth. So as with any hollow polish, it looks better with a top coat, and it looks best when you let the top coat dry down. So I'm going to apply Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat, which is what I'm using for pretty much all the swatches in this video, and I'm going to let it dry down so you can see the full effect of the polish in 3 coats with dried down glossy top coat. And here you're obviously getting a look at the many shifts in this polish. Lots of green, lots of yellow, lots of gold and red. Those are the primary shifts, which work really nicely with that green base. And if you're a fan of greens, I think you'll like this one a lot. Here we have Clionadh Cosmetics. This one's called Soot and Sugar. And this one is a really, really pretty and interesting polish. I wasn't sure what to make of it, if it was a topper or a polish, but it is meant to be a polish that you build up. And this one is a continuation of their Hayao Miyazaki tribute theme, and this one is inspired by the beloved Soot sprites seen in Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro. So this one is a full coverage flaky with candy colored pink, orange, green, and platinum shifting iridescent flakes scattered throughout a base of charcoal black metallic micro shreds. So this one also includes silver reflective and scattered hollow micro glitter. And I have seen the inspiration for this polish. I think it perfectly captures it, and I absolutely love the way this polish balances the black base and those rainbowy colored flakes throughout it. So it does take a tiny bit of patience to apply. I recommend going slowly, working in thin coats, and being ready to build it up in 3 to potentially 4 coats to cover any missed spots. The other option, of course, would be to layer it over a black cream. If you don't want to use too much of the polish, you want to preserve it, that's another way to get to opacity quicker. So as you can see, I am being cognizant of where I'm putting down the polish and going back and dabbing in areas that I might have missed a little bit of polish, because it is primarily made up of flakes rather than base color, and that is what allows those rainbowy flakes to show through so beautifully. This one is very, very textured, so if you don't like texture, I definitely recommend some sort of glitter grabber top coat, letting that dry and then applying a glossy top coat over it, or using 2 thick coats of glossy top coat. This is an absolutely gorgeous polish. There's so much going on. I think it's so unique and pretty, and of course, rainbowy and sparkly. So here you can see it. It does cover well when you build it up. It's just honestly super gorgeous. I love everything about this one, from the way they took the inspiration and how they turned it into a polish. to the end product, it just looks so beautiful. And here I'm showing it with my camera flash so you can get a sense of the reflective glitter in the polish. Now we're moving on to Paint It Pretty Polish Beep Beep. And this one is a continuation of their Looney Tunes series. And this one is obviously inspired by Roadrunner. I knew it when I saw it in the bottle. It's a blue base with sparkling shimmers that shift through purple, aqua, green, and yellow. As always, I absolutely love Paint It Pretty Polish's shimmers. Sherry is a master at creating shimmer polishes. If you haven't tried one and this one appeals to you, I highly recommend doing it. They have a beautiful formula, so shifty. Honestly, one of the shiftiest brands out there making shimmers. And obviously my nails were very short, so I only needed 2 coats for this one, but most people will probably need 3, and a glossy top coat is always recommended. And here you're going to get a taste of all the beautiful shifts in this polish. They happen really easily, they're really obvious on the nail, and I just have I don't have enough words to say how much I love Paint It Pretty polishes in general, especially their shimmers, so pick this one up if you can. Here's Cuticula, It Means No Worries, and this one is a continuation of her Dreamlight Valley series. It is a rosy red jelly base packed with red to pink to purple glass flakes and small matte black flakes. If you've seen Cuticula before, you'll know that Amanda is a master at using glass flakes and creating these beautifully complex polishes. This one is really unique. I haven't seen anything like it with the red glass flake and black matte flake combo. I think it has a really interesting base color, which I don't have in my collection, and I love how squishy and jelly it looks. This one I do recommend building up in 3 coats, though if you're more of a fan of a translucent kind of look, you could leave it in 2, but I will show it in 3. You will also note that this does dry down dull and slightly textured. However, one layer of a thick glossy top coat like Cuticula Limitless Quick Dry Top Coat will take care of the texture and just make it look juicy and squishy and plump in the best way possible. And here you're going to see that the glass flakes definitely shift around. They're really beautiful, whether you're looking at this polish under direct lighting, as I'm showing right now. And the extreme angles, you're getting more of the orange flash on the glass flake. And then when you take it out of direct lighting, you still get this beautiful glow. It's kind of like a ruby on your nails, and I just think it is so beautiful. Here we have Rogue Lacquer, who is continuing their Peter Pan theme. This one's obviously inspired by Tinkerbell. It's a Tinkerbell colored green with jelly base and green to blue and gold glass flake with lime gold hollow glitters. This one, obviously straight out of the bottle, I knew it was Tinkerbell. I think it is a beautiful tribute to that character, and the hollow sparkle in this one is very rainbowy. I also absolutely love the use of the glass flakes in this polish. This one needs definitely 3 coats to build it up to opacity unless you like more of a translucent look. As you can see here, in 2 coats, it's a little sheerer, but it covers evenly, and looks fantastic still. This one will have a bit of texture when it dries down, but one layer of a good glossy top coat will smooth everything out. It won't be difficult to remove. The hollow glitter in there is super tiny. It's like pinpoint hollow, and it won't be difficult to remove. I also think this polish would look really good matte. I didn't think to show it that way, but generally speaking, anything Rogue Lacquer does looks really good matte, and same with Cuticula. It's the glass flakes. They just look really, really good when they're mattified. And here you're going to get a taste of all the different shifts from the glass flakes. Definitely green and then blue at more extreme angles. And this is one of those polishes that really glows when you get it out of direct lighting. So it looks fantastic no matter when you're looking at it. Now, last but certainly not least, we have Garden Path Lacquer's Reply Hazy. And this one is inspired by the Magic 8 Ball. This is part of their, I think, 90s toys series. And it's a black, white, and iridescent glitter bomb with silver holographic flakes. This one, when I saw it in the bottle, I knew I was going to love it, and it did not disappoint on the nail. I'm the kind of person who would most likely wear this in one coat on my nail, as you're seeing it here. And then, of course, because there are glitters in this, it will dry very textured. You definitely won't want to use a glitter grabber and then a regular top coat over it. But I am going to also show it built up, and I will also show it as a topper because it works really well as a topper. I don't know if it's mind over matter, but one of my hopes for 2024 is more glitter bombs. So far we've gotten a glitter bomb topper from Cirque Colors, and now we've got this one from Garden Path, and I'm just hoping that we get even more by the time summer rolls around. That's when I really like to wear glitters. I just think they're so fun. I know people get nervous about them because they take a little work to remove, and they usually require 2 coats of top coat. But to me, that's what nail polish is all about. Really fun, really sparkly. This one, as I mentioned, will be difficult to remove. You might want to use that tin foil method where you put a soaked acetone cotton ball on your finger, wrap it in tin foil, or use those like rubber thimble page things that accountants use. You can buy them at Staples, and then soak it for 10 minutes and they just swipe off really easily. Or you can use a peely base. But anyway, I also wanted to show this as a topper, and I think it works beautifully as a topper. It has really good coverage, and I always love pink, black and white, and hollow together, so I really like this combo. Unfortunately, I'm in a very dreary part of the year, so there wasn't any sun outside to show this off, but the hollow in this is really sparkly. It captures the light beautifully. Those iridescent glitters in there also capture the light really nicely, so trust me on this one that it's really holographic, really sparkly, and just so much fun. In terms of my favorites, I really did love that Phoenix Shimmer from the Duo. Of course, you can buy it separately. I think it's such a pretty and interesting color combination. The purple shimmer is one of my favorites, and I don't see it a lot, so I love to see purple shimmer in a polish, and that gray base works beautifully with it. I'm also starting to sound like a broken record, but Garden Path Lacquers is kind of killing it, and once again, I loved their February PPU polish, and I now absolutely love their February HHC polish. You can use it as a topper, build it up on its own, but who doesn't love a black and white glitter, and of course tons of holo. It's just amazing. So let me know in the comments what you think of the offerings for this month. Let me know what you're planning on picking up, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.